Hi there, good morning. You're watching Chartbusters. I'm Mangla Malu. With me is Nigel D'Souza. As always, this is a show where we highlight all the buzzing stocks of the day, get you expert advice on how to capitalize and trade. For the markets, while they're lower, Nigel, today everyone's talking about Avengers, and my favorite character from the Avengers is Iron Man. Forget Iron Man. Today what's doing well are the steel men. Yeah. JSW Steel, Tata Steel, SAIL. So the metals index is perhaps enjoying the Iron Man bit.
Yeah, that's right, Mangla. I mean, you put it well out there, but I'm focusing on the other part as well. I think it's known as Avengers Endgame, right?
Yep.
Towards the end of this year,
is this the end game?
It's your end game. Towards the end of this year.
Oh, gosh.
So there are all our eligible spinsters out there. Manglam's getting married, so, in a lighter context, that's his end game. And Prakash is coming in as well. Yes, Prakash?
Date?
Yeah, it's in December. We'll keep that as suspense for now, Prakash. But the minute we slip into that break, I'm going to tell you the date as well. A lot of spinsters out there. Hearts broken.
Yes.
Manglam's end game. Today, though, it's about, the steel stocks, all of them doing very, very well, as Manglam rightly put it. Tata Steel moving to the high point of the day. A quick, there could be a technical factor as well, Manglam, that's playing. There was some talk that the numbers will be disappointing.
Right.
Earlier today, we had a blast at Port Talbot. So there were additional shots that went out there. Yeah. So all of them, they're really covering in. And the numbers as well, they appeared a little bit better than what the street was working with, particularly in terms of the European business. But we'll talk about that in just a bit. For the time being, let's go across to the Biocon management. They are addressing the press.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. It is a pleasure for me to comment on our quarterly financials as well as our full year financials for FY19. I'm very pleased by the very robust performance put in by all our businesses in FY19. We have delivered a very strong Q4. And I'm very pleased that we have actually done extremely well in our biologics business, where we have crossed the aspirational target set by ourselves for FY19 by exceeding the $200 million target. This actually is a inflection point in our business, because the biologics business has actually contributed significantly to the very strong improvement in the quality of earnings. We have seen a very good performance across our businesses, and for the first time we are seeing our biologics business, our research services business and our small molecules businesses each contributing in excess of 1,500 crores in terms of revenues. Given the strong margin contribution of biologics, we have also seen a very strong improvement in our margins across our businesses. So this is something that I will give you more optics on when I give you when I get into the numbers. But apart from that, I'm also very pleased to share with you that as a part of our 40th anniversary commemoration, the board of Biocon has recommended the issue of a 1:1 bonus for Biocon shareholders, and the Biocon board has also recommended a pre-bonus 1 rupee per share dividend payout to our shareholders. So all in all, I think we've had a very, very strong quarter. We've ended the year on one of the best financials that we have delivered for the company. And I will now get into the numbers. So I will start with the quarterly numbers. Consolidated revenue for the quarter grew 26% to 1,557 crores from 1,237 crores last fiscal. Net profit for the quarter jumped 64% from 130 crores last fiscal to 214 crores this fiscal. EBITDA increased 43% from 300 to 431 crores this fiscal. EBITDA margins was at 28%, versus 24% a year ago. And core EBITDA margins, which is really net of licensing, forex impact, and R&D expenses, rose from 26% to 34%. So a significant contribution to margins and earnings improvement for this quarter. R&D expenses were at about 17% of revenues excluding Syngene, and were up from 98 crores last fiscal to 166 crores this fiscal, which is a 70% increase in R&D expenses. This, of course, as you know, is a very important integral part of our business, because it is the R&D investments that are actually being converted into the real large opportunities that we are now seeing through our biologics, biosimilars business. So the investments we made in biosimilars many years ago are now paying back for us big time. Now coming to full year financials, we've seen a 31% jump in our revenues from 4,336 crores in the previous fiscal to 5,659 crores this fiscal. As I mentioned earlier, 3 of our strategic business lines registered in excess of 1,500 crores each. And these 3 businesses actually met their aspirational targets for FY19, as we had guided 5 years ago. Our net profit for the year soared 143% to 905 crores. However, this did include an exceptional item, and when you exclude for that exceptional item, it still registered a doubling of profits from 372 crores in the previous fiscal to 729 crores this fiscal.
All right, so that was Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw detailing the earnings of Biocon. Remember, 31% revenue growth is what the company had posted. Revenue growth was slightly muted on account of their biologics business. But we'll keep an eye out on how this pans out, perhaps also have a conversation with her later in the day. But right now, time to get a quick technical check on the markets. We're doing well, so far so good. The mid-cap index is underperforming a tad bit, and a lot of the other stocks, they are moving. So what should you do on day 1 of this May series? Prakash, we're just about 30 points away from the 20-day moving average. What do you do?
To me, what's important is the few days early that we saw the high. That was a good high, and that should be respected with folded hands. Until that gets taken out, we must assume the market should be sideways. We are into next week into some kind of a truncated week where we have 2 days of holiday. I don't think there's much to do. Market will be trading sideways to sluggishness. I don't see strength so far. But important level to watch will be 11,556. That's a very, very important level. As long as it holds, we must assume the trend is still intact. That assumption should continue also.
11,556.
Yeah, that's a very important level.
Okay, on the downside. And if I remember right, on the upside, you were targeting that level of around 11,792, 11,795. That's the mark, right?
That was the target for yesterday. That's achieved.
But
a few days back early that we have seen the high. Oh, that's a very bearish bar. And that should be respected with folded hands.
Okay, with folded hands. All right. And Prakash, you could say it with a smile, actually, that next week we are
difficult to smile for me.
Shut for a couple of days.
Oh, wow,
the Japanese are lucky; they have 10 days
Can
of
I shake
holiday.
hands with you?
But at least we'll get a couple of days.
This is more Japanese, so you're going to bend like that. That's what you do. All right. But your stock picks?
I have to. I'll go with, I think, Aurobindo Pharma. That looks good to me. The way it's trading looks like heading to levels closer to 840 zones. Maybe I can take a day or two for that. Stop below 800 should be fine. Stock that look weak, Maruti. I think it should slide down to 6,600 zones. Stop above 6,880.
All right. Just as we speak, Prakash, we have a couple of these stocks which are seeing a sharp decline. Kotak Mahindra Bank, case in point, at the lows of the day. Ultratech, after gaining so much in the last couple of trading sessions, currently seeing a bit of profit taking if you must. And HUL, that stock too. FMCG, by and large, has underperformed after the outperformance that we've seen over the last couple of years. In the last 2-3 months, I think the FMCG stocks have not done too well.
Yeah.
What does one do with Kotak Mahindra, Ultratech and HUL?
Kotak Mahindra is more of an exhaustion pattern. It's run up sideways and did try to go up, but more of an exhaustion pattern. Yeah, maybe some fatigue is coming in. As far as HUL is concerned, I think that was a call that I gave in the morning for a short. It's looking weak to me. I'm seeing a level of around 1700, so I still maintain that, and I think it should be weak here, HUL.
Okay, all right, Prakash. Thanks so much for joining in.